What's up, YouTube? It is your girl, JB, and I'm back with another update video. Officially, just to inform you all, on June 24th, I had VSG surgery. I know I was supposed to come back and let you guys know when I got my pre-authorization approved, and it happened around May 24th. And since that date, I was just in go mode with getting everything ready for surgery. I wanted to make sure that I had the right vitamins, the right pain reliever, the right blankets, clothes. I wanted to clean out my closet. I wanted to sort through my life. So basically that is what I have done, or what I've been doing. Today is officially 6 days post-op. So if you see me take a long breath, it's because I am still getting winded when having conversations. But I am feeling a lot better. I just want to say I never had any kids, so I'm still childless, but this surgery was so far the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. Most women who get it compare it to childbirth, and I don't have that as a reference. All I can say is that when I woke up, I was so disoriented, so confused, so in pain. My nurse is trying to calm me down. I was just so uncomfortable. This is something that I want to make sure you guys are aware of. When you get VSG, you cannot drink anything the day of surgery. So the whole ice chips or water, like nothing whatsoever. But the nurse that I had the moment I woke up from surgery, maybe she just wasn't completely under the know of all that, or just wanted to try some different things out. But she allowed me to have ice chips upon waking up from surgery, and that made me violently nauseous. So I was throwing up right after surgery, and it took her 3 times of giving me ice chips. And of course, I didn't know better, and I should have, all the research I've done, I've never heard a girl mention this before, but yeah, just know that the day of surgery, don't ask for ice chips, don't ask for water, don't ask for nothing, because they're going to tell you that IV you're connected to is going to be all the fluid you need. If you take anything down orally, as far as, liquid is concerned, you will definitely be sick. After the first day in the hospital, I only spent 1 night in the hospital. So that day it was pretty rough. I was throwing up, I was getting nauseous after anesthesia. And I was on a lot of pain meds. They had given me Oxy every few hours. And there was another pain med that they were switching in between Oxy. And it was a lot. It was a lot of I was scared. That's the only thing I can really say is I was very scared, because, I'd never been in a situation like that before. But after the first night in the hospital, I woke up. They still had a NG tube. So they had a tube in my nose that was basically sucking drainage from my stomach out. I know, like, gross. And then they also had a catheter. Oh, God. I never thought that was going to happen to me. And I was like, why? When I woke up, I was like, why is this still here? And I guess that a lot of people aren't really the type that move, right after surgery. But for me, the moment that I got out of surgery and I started waking up, and when I calmed down after the ice cube kerfunkle, I started asking, when can I walk around? When can I walk around? Because I just had a tremendous amount of pressure in my chest. It felt like sharp pains right in my chest. I felt like I couldn't really take a deep breath, and it was really an experience. After I got up to my room, so after your surgery, they take you down to recovery for a second so they can wake you up from anesthesia and everything. And then after you're there for a few hours, they take you up to your room and then let you get settled. So when I finally made it up to my room, I met my night nurse, and she took care of me. She let me go on a walk. So my mother came with me, the nurse came with me. We walked around. We did 2 laps around the little hospital area. It was a very short amount, but it was enough to get the process started. So that first night, before I even went to bed, I had a fart, and that's a big thing when you're in the hospital for digestive stuff. They want to make sure that you can fart or poop or do things like that. And that first night I farted it, and I was like, okay, cool, things are working. And then after I came back to my room, I was just kind of restless. So, I was still kind of throwing up. The anesthesia medicine, every time they came in to give me more pain meds, I would throw up from the pain meds. So they gave me nausea patches. They came in, they did an EKG. They were just so confused about why I was still so nauseous after surgery. But everything was still fine. Like they weren't too concerned. They were like, everything looks normal. You're not losing a crazy amount of fluid. Like everything still looks normal with you, and all these tests that we're running on you are coming back normal. So I finally like was able to try to get some sleep after doing a couple more laps that night. And when I woke up in the morning, I was like, hey, we got to get a doctor in here. We got to get someone to get these tubes out of me, this catheter off of me, like send someone. And of course, I had my surgery on a Friday, so my doctor wasn't there on Saturday. They just have the on-call doctor, and she came in and she talked to me, and we removed the catheter, we removed the NG tube. It took a few hours. So, I mean, I was up asking for removal at 6, and they had it removed by 11. And after the tubes were removed and everything, they were like, it's time to get you like on a liquid diet. So they brought up some chicken broth, some sugar-free Jello, and a cup of apple juice. That was all my requests. And I began trying to take that stuff down. And when I was eating it, nothing was coming up. I didn't get nauseous. I didn't throw up. It was able to go down. I took tiny sips and bites of everything. So it wasn't like I was like, ooh, getting the food in. But I was just so gracious, like just so happy to have anything in my mouth after being completely deprived of liquid for 24 hours. So surgery day was really, really rough. Hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But the next day, things started to get better. I was still in a lot of pain as far as like my incisions and things were concerned. I still had a hard time getting comfortable. I am a side sleeper and a belly sleeper. So like trying to get comfortable sleeping on my back or even like adjusting with my sides was really hard. But eventually we got there. That day, that Saturday, I came home. So I was discharged about 4 o'clock. They put me in the liquid diet at like 12, and at around 4, they made the rounds back up to discharge me once they realized I wasn't throwing up again, and I was able to pee again, and everything was happening regularly as it should. They discharged me at 4. So when I got home that night, I had a hard time sleeping. Of course I did. I was still taking the medications and everything, but just being comfortable was really hard. So I was waking up every like 15 to 30 minutes, and I was taking a sip of water or taking a sip of like this electrolyte juice I have, taking a sip of anything. The next morning when I woke up, I was feeling a little bit better, but still not great. I took a Gas X, a chewable Gas X. So I'm just gonna go over some items that I had after surgery that I think helped me, and I'll just share that with you. So these are the Gas X that I purchased. This is still the first like slip pack I'm on or whatever. And these helped because I haven't had to strain to get any farts out or anything like that. So this was definitely helpful. I will say that in the hospital, getting up and walking is very helpful because getting that pressure out is what helped me. I kept telling them I had pressure in my chest, pressure. She was like, my nurse was like, it's a heartburn. Like, and I'm like, I think it's just gas. Like, I need to get moving because this stuff has got to get out. So getting up and walking that first day, walking a lot the second day, and then ever since I've been home, like I make extra effort to walk my dog. I'll walk her in the morning, in the middle of the day, again in the evening, and then again at night. So like I'll walk her as much as I can, and then like I'm back to like running errands. It takes a lot out of me because as I mentioned, I still get winded. So like I might depend on the cart, to help me like when I start to get tired, or I have to tell my best friend, hey, can we slow down while we're walking? Because I got to catch my breath. But it's coming. It's coming around. Again, this is day 6, me speaking after surgery. Day 3 after surgery, I would not have been able to get out as many sentences as I am without taking a really deep breath. Because again, something about it, it's still like all healing. I'm just still trying to catch up. So first thing I mentioned was Gas X. The next thing that the doctors are going to tell you when you leave the hospital is that you need Tums. This is an off-brand. My actual, I have another I have another order of Tums coming in the mail, but this does the same job. I ordered some of these because I realized that I have to take a lot of these. They tell you to take at least 2 in the morning and at least 2 at night to help out with that heartburn or that like problems with digestion. Because again, when that pressure comes up, this helps, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, folks. Talk to your medical professionals. Then I also got this for the house because I didn't want to stay on oxycodone for long, and they sent me home with it. And I just felt like it's a narcotic, and it's just not something that I was interested in being on for very long. So after my second day home, I stopped taking it completely, and I only take this dissolvable Tylenol. You don't have to mix it in with anything. You can literally just open the pack and like throw it back. And it actually just tastes like berries. It doesn't taste bad. It's not the worst thing I've ever gotten. So dissolvable Tylenol, This helped me, I would say, to get it at home. If you don't like to be on heavy narcotics, you want to switch out soon, this is what you should do. By day 3, so Saturday I got out of the hospital. Sunday was a day that I was able to have my first poop. I know this is so graphic, and I'm so sorry, but like Sunday was the day I had my first poop. It was tiny, insignificant. I was really, really constipated. That day on Sunday, I took a Dulcolax, one of their soft chews, chewed it up really, really good, down to liquid basically. And then by Sunday, Sunday after taking it, I was pretty gassy. Monday was the day that I actually had my first like real poop. It was still really hard because I was very constipated, but after I got it out, I was very happy. I've been taking at least one of these every day. And I say at least one, but like I've been taking one per day. On Sunday, I think I took 2 because I was like really hopeful that I was gonna get something moving, but it didn't happen. But by Monday, I took one of these and poop came. By Tuesday, I was having actual like real life like poop again. I would almost say that it was like diarrhea consistency, but I can't be mad at that because this is a laxative, you know, and that's kind of like the aftermath of being on a liquid diet, right? Today is Thursday, so Thursday, June 30th. My surgery is on June 24th. On June 29th, so just yesterday on Wednesday, I called my provider, my nutritionist, and let her know, hey, I've been doing great with the liquids. When can I start transitioning to blended? She reminded me at that point to, I still get hiccups. Oh my gosh. Hiccups that turn into burps. So like, just, that's real. If you see girls doing that in their videos, like, and you're like, why are they doing that? That's real. And I burp myself a lot, which is crazy. Like, the first few days I was having everybody that was coming to like support me, my mom and my best friend, like I was having them burp me. It's like pat my back until the burp comes out, and it did. But again, it helps with the pressure, helps with the hiccups and the burps, all that. So, whew. Now that that's done, I talked to my nutritionist. She said I can start transition to blended. And in doing so, she reminded me to try one food at a time. Do not overwhelm my body, do not overwhelm my system. So I started off yesterday. I have been eating at home like Jello cups, sugar-free popsicles, Gatorade, sugar-free, Body Armor, sugar-free, water. I have been doing a lot of protein shakes and protein water. As well as obviously taking my vitamins. These are the vitamins I bought and I've been taking. They're Berry Melts multivitamins with iron. I take 2 in the morning and 2 at night. These are not something I will buy again. I don't like the flavor. I just ordered some of the Flintstone chewables, like the kids vitamins, because they say that that's perfectly fine as well. So that's what I'll be taking after this. But I will be using this up because this costs $30. But it's just not the best as far as flavor is concerned. But when I take this in the morning, and then I'll have something, like since I started blended, I've been doing protein shakes. This morning I had half of 1 egg, chewed it all really slow, and I had the other half of my protein shake. I can only really do half at a time without getting like the burps or the hiccups because I get really full really fast. And then after that, I've also tried applesauce, unsweetened applesauce. That felt like a godsend. It felt amazing just to have something with a little bit of texture kind of going down. And then the next thing that I'm going to try, or the last thing I tried, was mashed potatoes. Again, we like really limited the additives that my friend used to cook this for me. Like she put a little bit of milk and a little bit of butter. But outside of that, it was pretty much a really plain potato. Didn't want to do anything that was going to upset my stomach. I had 1 scoop, so like 1 tablespoon of potatoes. And then I had 2 ounces of chicken broth, and that was dinner last night. And like, just a little plug here, the potatoes and the 2 ounces of chicken broth, it really tastes like mashed potatoes and gravy, like mashed potatoes, chicken and gravy. So like, if you're like, oh, I just wish I had a meal, like, girl, it tastes delicious. So I would definitely go that route if you're just like, I need to have something, and you're on the blended phase. I am trying to slowly transition. I don't want to rush through any of this, so I'm taking my time. But for lunch today, I'm actually going to have a banana. Well, a little bit of a banana. and maybe some applesauce if I can tolerate that as well. And yeah, one tip I'm just gonna say is if you're trying something new, take one bite, wait 10 minutes, and your stomach will tell you if you can go again. I've been really listening to my belly. It'll start to rumble if it's something that it's like not okay with. It'll growl, and just be aware of that. Okay, just be really aware. But all in all, 6 days after surgery, I am 277 pounds today. My highest weight pre-op was 296.7, and my weight the day of surgery was 287.5. And as of right now, I'm down like, I don't know, 19 pounds, so something in that range. And it's only been 6 days. Yay! Well, it's only been 6 days pre-op, so post-op weight 296. I mean, that was me back in like middle May. But since I went on surgery, I was 287. Today I'm 277. So like, let's just say since surgery, 6 days later, down 10 pounds. But I do want to say that I got my period on day 2 of recovery. So I don't even think I'm like the normal VSG story in that sense. I had to deal with period pain and cramps. And since I have PCOS, you know they're the worst. Period pain, period cramps, it is extremely just excruciating, okay? So the Tylenol, again, came in clutch. I'm used to taking ibuprofen when I get my periods, and I had to stick with the Tylenol dissolvable, but it helped a little bit. But yeah, I got my period on Sunday. So I woke up on Sunday at home with my period, and I have been just going through this week like a champion, like women have to be, right? Since it's not optional. It is a very heavy period. It's almost over. But yeah, so let me just say, like, I'm excited to see how much easier I'll be able to function once my period is done and over with. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I'll leave the gruesome details about period pain and surgery pain somewhere else later, but no need to go further into detail with that. The last thing I wanted to show you guys is just a full body. I wanted you to see my incisions. The Band-Aid started coming off a couple days ago, and I still have some tape on some of these, but I just want to show you what it looks like. I have been showering. I have not scrubbed off the stickiness. I'm just really scared. I don't want to reopen anything or put too much pressure on anything. So I'll show you exactly what it looks like. And like, warning, this can be triggering for some of you because it's not pretty. Like, it's kind of gross. But this is just part of the process, VSGer. So I'm gonna show you because I'm real. Let me back up. Woo! Oh, also I got some bruises, but we'll get into that another day. But bruises from surgery, like right there. Got bruises on my arm from where they took blood. And this is turning into quite the awful scab where my IV was. I'm gonna go ahead and take off this sweater, because I'm inside the house, but it is 110 degrees in Arizona, so really there's no need to even have it on. This is another bruise from some of the shots. They gave me a lot of blood thinners, and this is what that looks like on me, my high yellow self. And this is, let me see, another one. So they gave me like B12 shots and things like that too. So, and they sent me home with B12 shots. So there's a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my stomach now so you know what everything looks like. There were 5 incisions in total, okay? So this one, I just recovered this up with a Band-Aid because I was like, it just looks so gross. I don't want to show no one. This one has been open and susceptible to air. So it's already starting its healing process. But again, I don't love the way it looks right now, but it'll get there. I haven't put any creams or anything on it. This is another one that uses sterile strips. They had a Band-Aid over it. The Band-Aid finally came off. Same thing with this one. And then the last one is actually inside my belly button. So I'm gonna have to drop you down to see that. Gross. Or actually, I'll just step back. Ew. Ew. I'm leaning backwards right now because it's gross. But yeah, that's the last and final stitches. I am winded even from doing this video, but I just wanted to show you guys what that looks like. This is my 277-pound body at this point. And I'm just gonna do a full circle spin. For those of you who know me, I'm actually creating a documentary in regards to my whole process, and you will see that as soon as it's available. I plan on taking it all the way to Sundance to educate people like me who have PCOS and want to know more about VSG. So that's it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up and stop horrifying the children. Whew. Okay. All right. Whew. How are we feeling, guys? We feeling okay? I know that was a lot. But I just want to thank you for tuning in and for watching this video, and for supporting the journey. So far, I know that a lot of girls have, commented and liked my videos based on the fact that they have PCOS too, and they've been curious about VSG. And we have some coverage on VSG in the YouTube community, but there could be more. And as I go through this journey, I do plan on uploading videos when I have those major milestone markers. I can never promise to make videos on a regular basis like everybody else. I love the ones that do it. I can't make that type of promise, but I am working on it. I'm in school full-time, I work full-time, like all that stuff is very real. I did get leave for a month, so I'll be off until July 21st. But just letting you guys know, like, I'll be doing what I can to share as much information with you as possible. If you have any questions about the products I use, the ones I mentioned, Tylenol, Tums, Gas X, Dulcolax, Berry Melts, please let me know in the comments, and I will be more than happy to share all of my good details with you. Thank you so much for being a subscriber to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so now. Like and share the video. And if you're on the same journey as me, I wish you the best of luck. Everything is going to be okay. JB out.